Я вернулся. Игорь сегодня не сможет. Игорь сегодня не придет. Он придет завтра. Сказал, что будет стримить Demon Souls завтра. А касаемо, почему меня так долго не было, я так долго крутил музыку, просто вышли слухи о том, что скоро будет новый кодекс Эльдар. Ну, не Эльдар, а не совсем Эльдар, точнее, а этих корсарских Эльдар. И мы просто с другом обсуждали эти слухи. Ну и, пожалуй, мы вернемся в наше чудесное путешествие в мире темного глаза. Он живой еще? А, еще живой.
You turned up at the right time.
He sure seems to have gone through a mood change. That can't be good.
You'll have to catch a fairy for me, as quickly as possible.
A fairy? What's gotten into you?
We don't have much time. Help me.
I need your help. This cannot be delayed.
I may be wrong, but perhaps the seer is back.
Again with this horror story. You're not making any sense. You'd better help me expel the crows from the royal guest chambers.
Later. For now, just do what I tell you.
How could the seer possibly be back? He's dead, isn't he?
We all watched him die, but now not only the crows have returned.
But the magpies too?
Murders, Geron, where none should occur. First Knight Ulderich, now Magister Dorata. They were the ones who put the seer at the stake. Who knows what else will happen?
How do you know so much about the seer?
It was I who led all those heroes to him. To his hideout in the Stone Oak Forest.
You were part of the hero's quest?
Hunters and scouts. We caught him, and then we burnt him.
And now a knight and a magician are dead.
Just trust me, and all will be fine.
What's a fairy got to do with the seer?
Not a fairy, the fairy. You have to catch her before someone else does.
What does the seer want with the fairy?
Only she can unleash the power of the magic harp. No man, not even the seer, can play it without dying. By the gods. If he's back, everything will start all over.
You aren't making any sense to me, old man. What powers does the harp hold?
Nobody knows. But it is said that when the harp sounds, Andergast will perish. That's why you have to catch the fairy. She is the key.
Tell me more about that magic harp.
I don't know. It is said to be from the realm of the fairies.
Is this the one in the drawing?
This is what she might look like. Who can be sure?
What did the seer want with the harp?
He longed for her because she was the gateway to his power. Or that's what he thought, anyway.
Why haven't you told me all this before?
Now is not the time.
Well, obviously, it never was the time. How did you catch that crow over there?
A certain attractant, but it needs water that's been touched by fairy magic.
So I would have to go where the fairy lives anyway.
That's right.
If I catch the fairy, will you help me with the king's crows?
Promise. But would you please hurry now?
You don't have to tell me that. All right. How do I catch a fairy?
The fairy lives in a hidden place in the Stone Oak Forest, near an old but sealed fairy portal. Look about 2 midden miles north of the Old Finger, where the oneberries grow. If you hear the great waterfall, you're in the right place.
Oh, I'll find that place all right.
Try to lure the fairy out of her hollow by playing your flute. She's nosy, but also very shy.
And then I'll catch her with a cage.
Fairies can be deceiving. Don't let her put a spell on you.
Not to worry. If she's got wings, I'll catch her. And with this fairy water, I'll be able to catch my crows?
Yes. All the other ingredients are easy to find.
Splendid. The king will be amazed.
Ну что ж,
I'm on my way now.
You mustn't fail.
теперь мы... Вот клетка.
Is the cage fixed yet?
Yes, and take better care of it next time. I told you to keep your hand. You'll probably...
Теперь мы пойдем ловить фею. Одна из причин, чем мне понравилась эта игра, она немножечко своеобразная. И сейчас вы увидите, насколько это фея, точнее, насколько это фея не совсем фея. Вот так. Здесь точно ничего не появилось. Я не помню, что с этим шкафом надо сделать. Я помню, что что-то надо будет сделать. Так. Ну да, нам надо срочно бежать за город. Вот.
Very well then. Hello there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
Nothing. You're doing all right. Just keep practicing. I'm not even here. You're all alone in the woods and nobody's here to judge you. Not even me. See how I'm gone?
That must be her. Stop. Wait. I've got a beautiful melody for you. Listen to this.
Just keep on playing.
Will you come out of there?
Who?
Why, you, of course.
Who, me? Have you forgotten you're all alone?
I'm not alone. You are here.
And who else?
Nobody?
Aha! If you were a friend of the forest, they'd all be here. The moss hogs and the hazel ferrets. The pebble crane would even rain on you from the skies to honor you. And the wood foxes would build a magnificent bonfire and everyone would dance.
What?
But as you are not a friend of the forest, everyone just stayed at home.
If I were a friend of the forest, would you come out then?
Yes, in that case we'd have something to talk about. We'd have to stand in awkward silence otherwise.
And in order to be a friend of the forest, I'd have to...
Have friends, that's right. Resin rats, for example. Or paper finches.
And where would I find those?
If you don't have any friends, you'll have to make them up.
What on earth has Gwynling foisted upon me? I'll be back in a minute.
Вот, отлично.
What's hidden in the foliage there? What's hidden in the... No time for some...
И ткнуть ты хорошо, давай желудь.
No, what you... What's with the snail?
Молотком, может быть,
What
шаров?
for?
А если флейтой? Отлично.
Didn't seem to like it. What's hidden?
Так, понятно.
No, please stay. I seldom have visitors.
All right.
А, стоп. Да? Я правильно допер? А, я не могу здесь положить. Ага.
He won't eat those. This doesn't...
Если так?
Very well. Perhaps Gwynling will settle for a hedgehog in case I can't catch the fairy.
Serves you right, spiky guy. You shouldn't always sting our guests. No wonder no one ever comes to visit us.
Ow! Ow!
Мне нравится его калечить.
Not a very bright... An acorn figure? No. Worthless. This doesn't yield... No, what? An acorn figurine? No. Nothing.
Я помню, что она попросит.
Huh?
Ежик в клетке, понятно. Который ест улитку. Все прекрасно. Давайте с деревом поговорим.
Hello? Look at my hedgehog. He's my friend.
But you had to imprison him so that he stays with you. That's no way to treat a friend.
I'll be back. Ow!
Эм,
I'm sure they'll grow back.
я уверен, он
He won't
отрастет.
eat those. He won't eat those. He won't.
Так, ладно.
You scare him.
Ow! Nothing.
Ничего.
Well,
Хорошо, а молотком?
I'd rather.
Господи, что ж я такой глупый? Я не могу вспомнить, как
Hello?
решается эта простая загадка.
So I'm supposed to.
A forest friend, that's right. He'd have to be made from the forest. Friends of forest friends are my friends too.
I'll be back.
Так, и...
An acorn? No.
Это, кажется... А, господи.
Help yourself. I have plenty of those.
Тяжело было заметить, да, ладно, так. Куча листьев, туда камера не идет. Господи. Так. Хорошо.
He won't eat those. Lure the fairy out of her hollow playing the flute. Great idea, Gwynling. All right. This one goes here. That one. This one over there. Chestnut mannequin. Hello? Well, now, a chestnut king.
A king? Really?
Yeah, he rules the realm of the chestnuts and he's my friend.
I'm deeply honored, your tiny majesty.
Here on here is my dearest friend of the forest, my lady fairy.
Both of you may enter.
Finally.
И как вы видите, самое забавное в игре то, что разговаривать с феями и выманивать их — это обычное дело для людей этого мира. То есть это не что-то экстраординарно выдающееся. Это просто обычно как почесать пятку. Или сварить макароны. Или еще что-нибудь. То есть ничего необычного. Каждый день с феями разговариваю.
What a strange place. Dolls made of bulbs with hats made of leaves. But where is the...
Hello. I am Nuri Dari Nelavunda, and this is Miss Greenbelt, Finkel and Hinkle, the Turnip Ghosts, and Plapperap. To make it simple, you can call me Nuri. Why are you looking at me like that? Are you... in love?
Now that's unfortunate. I thought you were a fairy. All this nonsense completely in vain.
Of course I am a fairy. What else could I be?
You're a human, just like I am. You're much too tall for a blossom fairy. A man-sized fairy?
We'll turn you into a radish at once if you don't keep quiet.
Oh no. The dolls, they... No, please. Please don't do it. I'm just a simple bird catcher. How was I supposed to know?
I'm just fooling around. I can't turn anyone into a radish. In fact, I can't turn anyone into anything anymore.
But you are a fairy?
Yes, why?
Добрый вечер, Марфили. Или Марфилия. Мы сегодня играем в квест. Несмотря на то, что здесь есть фея, это достаточно мрачный фэнтезийный мир. Первонаперво фея здесь размером с людей.
Would you like to come with me?
Why? Do you want to show me your world, which must be full of humans?
Yes.
With roofs made from wooden shingles?
Exactly. I can show you those.
Oh, that's marvelous. But no, I can't leave here. I must stay near the fairy gate.
Is this the fairy gate? Does it lead to your world?
Not anymore. It's been sealed.
Did you come from the fairyland?
Yes. And hopefully I'll never go back there.
Why don't you want to go back to your home?
That's just the way it is.
Well, all right. To each their own secrets. Why can't you just come with me?
If I leave here, I get sick. The only thing that keeps me alive in this world is the magic of the fairy gate.
How's that?
It is my well. Without its water, my soul dries up. Like a plant.
Couldn't you just take a part of the magic with you?
How could I do that?
Let me think about it. I'll be back in a minute.
Вот она здесь стоит.
Go on, say hello to them.
What?
Go on.
Hello, Hinkle and Finkel and whatever your names are. I'm not going to climb up there. All kinds of things could happen if I touch this gate. Can I borrow one of these ribbons?
Not those. I wanted to use them to... No. I can't remember what I wanted with them. I'll give them to you as a present.
Отлично. Так. Я помню, нам надо сделать...
Why should I?
Не помню.
I think King Chestnut makes a better companion for you than for me.
Welcome, Your Majesty. We'll have to make a little crown for him.
Well, you do that. I'm out of ideas.
Так.
No time for
Так. Как ножик.
wasted money.
Можно сыграть и на
Why
флейте.
don't you play something for my friends? Then they'll like you.
That would be a first.
Why don't you play some...
Так. У меня есть кожаные ленты, у меня есть желудь, у меня есть молоток. И нет.
Maybe. I don't. Let's see where this. I can fish for but the rod still needs a container. I can do better than that.
Ай-яй-яй-яй. Глаз. Ой, как хорошо-то стало.
I can fish for the water, but the rod still needs a container attached.
Я вспомнил.
Get out of there.
Так. Отлично.
Well, the prawn shellers of Nostria would laugh at me, but that's still a fishing rod.
What are you doing there?
Very well, but how do I seal the snail shell now?
Ачивмент дали.
Interesting. The acorn fits on the end of the snail shell like a cork. Now finally I'll attach the leather ribbon so that the fairy won't spill anything. Look what I've made for you.
You've tied Yerka the snail to a leather ribbon.
No, look. The snail shell is filled with water from the fairy gate. Now you can come with me.
Really?
Just try it. Alrighty, let's go.
You have to show me everything. Where do we go first?
We have to go to Andergast.
Is that where you live?
That's one way of expressing it.
Which way? This way.
Wait.
Look, Geron. A magnificent bird.
This plague gets worse and worse. Come, there's the town gate.
I just want to say hello to him.
This unkempt black witch's beast?
Says the ugly, pale-faced pig-eater.
Raven?
I advise you to avoid the town.
What's he saying?
Two dark figures tiptoe past the gate. They're on the lookout for your fairy friend.
Who says she's a fairy?
I am a fairy.
She's lying. How come you can talk anyway? And how do you know everything?
I once made a big mistake. The gods punished me by giving me the conscience of a man.
Birds don't make mistakes. Birds just do whatever it is that birds do.
You mean like the crows in this town?
Why don't you regale us with a cheerful tale?
Stay away from him, Nuri. Something's wrong here.
But all creatures have the gift of speech, Geron.
That's not important. Come on, you'll be safe with me and Gwynling.
О нет.
Why is the door open?
This is where you live?
Something's wrong here.
Look at this mess.
Is this blood? By the gods, there's somebody here. The fairy. I have to hide her. Look, Nuri, this is exciting.
Is that a cave?
Yes, wait in there until you see a bright light.
Who's this? Hello. I am Nuri Dari Nelavanda, but Geron calls me Nuri.
I have to find out what's going on here.
Не думайте, что она дура. Просто это, грубо говоря, если бы не марсианин, а человек из прошлого попал бы в наше настоящее. А поскольку она волшебное существо, у нее никогда нету таких приблуд, как у нас, поэтому она считает все в новинку и поэтому так странно смотрит на человеческий мир.
By the gods, what happened here? Your eyes. Who did this to you?
The seer. He's back.
Don't move. I'm with you now.
He sent his creatures for me. The fairy. You'll have to... They...
Gwynling. Gwynling, stay with me. What do they want with the fairy?
He needs her, but he mustn't get her.
What did the attackers want from you?
The old fairy. Scholar. He'll be the next.
What kind of creatures were they?
Creatures of the night. Strangers in a strange world.
What did they look like?
They had pale faces and pointy claws.
What fairy, scholar?
Ah, ah.
Please don't die. Not now.
He travelled with us back then. 13 years ago.
Where is he now?
It was all in vain.
Where is the fairy, scholar?
In the blood barrier. at the Red Lake.
He went to the Auckland?
It's too late now. All is lost.
What will happen with the fairy now?
There's only one solution.
What way is that?
You'll have to kill her. It's the only way that Seer can be stopped.
What? No, I'm not a murderer.
In that case, Andergast will perish.
I can't kill the fairy.
You'll have to do it.
Surely there must be another way.
Don't be a fool. His power is beyond the realm of your imagination.
Gwynling?
There. I can hear them. The black wings.
No. No. No, 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 no! What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? I can't kill the fairy. I'm not going to change my mind again. There must be another way. The fairy scholar. The Red Lake in the blood barrier. The king can deploy his knights there. They'll know how to defeat the seer. I must go to the castle immediately to warn them, and everything will be fine.
There she is! There's the witch! Don't look into her eyes! Witch! Take her to the stake to burn!
Вот и суеверные глупые люди.
Oh no. Nuri! Nuri!
Geron, your humans are mad at me. I'm afraid that they'll do me harm.
What did you do? I told you to stay in the room.
I got bored, so I took a walk. I wanted to see a town. In the big courtyard, all the animals had been caged. I felt so sorry for them.
So you opened the cages.
Yes. Then I stumbled and there was a terrible noise. All of the bowls and...
Why didn't you stay in the cabinet?
I didn't want to do any harm. Ask the raven, he saw it all.
How did you get up there anyway?
I can't remember. I was scared of your humans, and the next thing I knew I was up here. But now, I can't get down.
Those are not my humans. Why must everything always be out of reach? Why must... firmly wedged in. It only works with highly fragile... At least it's a memento of Gwynling.
Your fairy is in danger, Night Hare.
Oh, it's you again.
A mob has amassed. They want to burn her like a witch. Go and help her before it's too late.
What did the fairy do?
She ran off and set all the animals free. All hell broke loose. They almost caught your friend, but she fled to the top of the wall.
Why do they want to burn Nuri like a common witch?
That came up when she fell into the booth with the clay bowls. She raised an awful ruckus, and when everybody was looking in her direction, she fixed all the broken goods with a spell.
She has the ability to repair things with magic?
Yes, just like a witch does. And a stake can be set up in no time.
I have to rescue her. Why don't you help?
I am a raven. What can I do?
Giving smart replies and making sinister threats, that's what. You buggers are nothing but bad luck.
Now that's helpful. Why don't you get with it and get her down from there before it's too late?
I'll come up with something.
Hurry.
I'll never be able to untie. If I only had a proper... Can you fix this knife with your magic?
Sure,
Do I have to throw it to you or something?
that's not necessary.
It really is fixed. Thank you.
Will you rescue me now?
I'm on it.
Вот, теперь у нас есть две способности. Ну, будут точнее две способности. У нас есть способность разрушать предметы. И собирать предметы будет. Вот, мы можем использовать нож.
Very well. First the rope, then the stake. No. Wait a minute. The other way around. Otherwise the barrels will crush me down there.
Да, точно.
Firmly wedged in.
Молотком. Угу. Отлично. Вот, и сейчас веревочка.
Please, Garon.
That won't slow the mob down for long.
Please, Garon.
That
М,
Please.
Подать ей трость.
damn. What am I?
Так, а дальше я не помню как. Так, извините.
You're fairy.
Oh,
A mob, go and help.
I'll come.
Так.
It can't lock. The string has. This will. Farewell.
Так, воды нету. Так.
That won't. How in the name of the unknown has she?
По-моему, я как-то отсюда могу слезть. Только как?
Please. Please.
Неужто я не взял веревку оттуда сверху? Правильно, да? Правильно, наверное. Не взял. Нет. Веревки здесь нету. Хорошо. Так, бочки.
Sometime I'll be able to break even that. That's too. It's not that fragile.
На живых существ я не могу это использовать. Так, отлично.
I'll make sure it won't break again. I'll make sure. This will yield.
Да, спасибо, телефон. Твою мать, рука. Так. Все у вас работает, отлично.
Already broken. Already broken. Why should I? It's already. Already broke. It can't launch anymore. The string has.
Откуда мне взять веревку? Дверь. Помнишь, что что-то с катапультой надо сделать? Но я не помню, что. Что же мне надо сделать? Так. Он может потеребонькать. Безумие, да. Ты прав. Так, ладно, давай поковыряем труп.
I'll have to take care of the fairy now. They ripped out his eyeball. How can he find his way to Firon's hunting grounds now?
Вроде бы веревок полно. Так. Стоп, тут вон кувшин валяется. Я его взять не могу, да? Чашка, кувшин не могу.
Your flute. Often bad guys can be chased off by music.
Not these ones.
Этих, да, смешно. Бочки, бочки, бочки. Это все бочки. Там веревка есть. Так, бота удаляем сразу же.
Damn, what am I? That won't slow the mob down.
Please, Gary. Please.
Damn it! Why must you all? Here you go. But the fair. I'm not sure.
Все птицы выпущены.
I'm going to succeed. It's just that a few things are.
Так, одну секунду. Мне вот кажется, то, что игра залагала. Давайте я сейчас сохранюсь. Вот здесь, на соседнем. Теперь загружусь. Нет, это не то, что мне нужно.
Please.
Понятно. То есть, вот как это называется?
That one. That one. That. How in the... I have to pull my...
Я не могу, я сейчас долго буду тупить, пока не найду способ решить эту загадку, поэтому я сейчас, чтобы вас не мучить, просто сейчас залезу и посмотрю. Пока Пока оно у меня все прогружается, и пока мы тупим все вместе. Как я мог забыть об этом? Господи, да, самое логичное. Очень логично, да.
I have to knock off the hinge. Perhaps I can build a bridge to the wall using this door.
Отлично.
Damn.
Отлично, да. Я дебил, я понимаю.
Garon, they've begun to throw...
This way. Nuri, come.
What happened here?
No time. We have to get out of town.
Is he dead?
Don't think about him. We have to go. He wanted you to die, and if we stay here, he'll get his wish.
What? How do you know that?
Before he died, he asked me to kill you, but I won't do that. I will protect you, so please trust me and come already.
You can come out now. The mob has calmed down.
That was the gong for the 6th hour of evening. I was supposed to be a hero by now.
A hero?
The king asked me to get rid of a plague of crows in the castle. I would have shown them all.
Get rid of a plague of crows? I prefer saviors of fairies.
I can never go back.
That's for the best anyway. The creatures who killed your mentor would find you immediately.
How come you know so much? Why are you helping us?
I have my reasons. Night Hare. Good thing those creatures didn't find you before me.
Night Hare?
Garon, what are we going to do now?
We'll travel to the Red Lake in the Blood Barrier. Into Auckland.
Into Auckland? I hope you know what you're doing.
Gwynling said something about a fairy scholar. He will know about, well, about you, Nuri. He'll help you.
Perhaps he can show me how to use magic again, without any pain.
Yes, I'm sure he can.
What do you think, Raven?
It's a possibility.
The scholar mustn't send me back to my home, though. I'll never go back there.
Come on. I want to be as far away from this place as possible when the sun goes down.
Poor boy. He's taking desperation for determination.
I trust him.
You know that his mentor told him to kill you.
I know. He told me. But he won't do it. He'll take me to safety and together we'll see the world. That will be marvelous. Garon, wait. Don't worry, Raven. He's not going to do anything foolish.
I hope you're right, my child.
No.
For the first time in his life, Garon was leaving home. He didn't know exactly where the Red Lake was, or whether he would be able to find the fairy scholar there, or how he might be able to help him. So he just followed the road towards the north. How could he have known where this journey would take him? Nuri had left all her sorrows behind. Finally, she was free. And as soon as they found the fairy scholar, she would even be able to command magic again. Then she would put a rainbow bird in every tree, and would paint a happy face on Garon. Gero was haunted by the voice from his dreams, and its horrific prophecy filled his heart with doubt.
Why did you have to get involved with the Wraithling King?
King Ephedran is not a wraithling. It's just the name of his family.
But why does everybody believe that you bring bad luck?
I don't bring bad luck.
Come, perhaps that old woman over there knows the way to the fairy scholar. She can take us there in her wagon.
Wait, let me do the talking. You're very talented with the lute.
Why, thank you. It's the tune for a loved one.
A loved one?
But tell me, please, who are you? And why are you tiptoeing around my camp?
Пускай скажем
We
правду.
come from Undergast, and we're traveling north to the Blood Barrier. This is Nuri, and I am Geron.
The blood barrier? What is your business there?
My mentor died, and I want to carry out his last wish.
I'm sorry to hear that. Don't lose sight of his wish.
Greetings, Raven.
What dealings does the Raven have with you? You bringer of bad luck, Boron's envoy, you and your ilk. You have taken my loved one from me. Go away! Stay away from the messengers of Boron.
And who are you?
Oh yes, I am Isilda, the Carney bride, but I'm a widow now.
Where are you headed?
I'm on my way to Andergast. You might know that the Queen of Nostria is eagerly awaited. I want to perform my arts at the town fair there, but now I have a broken wheel on my trailer, and I am stuck.
We'd be much faster if we used the Carney's wagon, but you'd better avoid Andergast, Isilda.
How do you reckon? I'm not going back.
All of Andergast is full of crows. They're hassling the citizens and no one can do anything about them.
That sounds adventurous.
The town fair has been cancelled.
So, it would be useless for me to go there. I guess you've told the truth so far. But I'm still not completely convinced.
The Raven. He came from the direction of Andergast. Perhaps he's a bad omen.
I don't want to have anything to do with this messenger of bad luck. I guess I'd better turn round. But my problem remains. As long as the wheel is broken, I'm stuck here.
Suppose I fix the wheel for you.
Good luck with that. It's all splintered. You can come back if you want to warm your...
Да, конечно, убедить ее оказалось очень просто, потому что это мир суеверий, дурных знаков и предзнаменований.
Take a little rest. We still have a long way ahead of us.
How long?
I don't know. I never traveled very far. I hope everything will turn out all right.
Don't you worry. The Birdman will watch over us.
I don't trust this Raven worth a farthing.
I'm not talking about the Raven. I'm talking about the Birdman. He wears a colourful dress of plumes and is wrapped in stardust. And when he plays the flutes, our hearts break from the yearning for distant places. It's the song of freedom, Garen. You just have to listen. It's so beautiful.
Birdman? You mean Arvis, the patron god of adventurers?
Wherever we go, he'll watch over us.
Why do you trust the raven?
He just wants to help us.
He doesn't have a reason to do that, and he keeps insulting me.
You're not making it easy to be nice to you. He is a good bird, and I believe he wants to prove that to himself by helping us. And you, Geron, will have to learn to trust someone. Not everyone is always against you.
I am a bird catcher. I'm not gonna trust a darn bird. What if the birdman doesn't watch over us? What if something happens to us?
Stop it. You're making me all confused. I'm going to count the stars now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
By the gods, you can't mean that.
You should try for yourself. It will calm you down in a moment. 37.
Добро пожаловать на борт, Юнга.
Спасибо за 100 рублей, Кви. Огромное тебе спасибо.
Aren't you tired too?
Not one bit.
So you can fix things with a spell, yes?
It's not good when things are broken, but that's all I can do. Bigger spells drain too much energy from me when I'm not in the fairyland. I'd perish like a small, insignificant little flame.
But repairing things is definitely an option.
Yes, that's easy. It's similar to your breaking talent, but instead of imagining things smashed apart, you have to imagine the shards reassembling. Just tell me what you want me to fix, but all the components have to be present. So if a jug is broken into 7 shards, you'd have to have all 7 pieces. And then you'd have to say, I wish. The I wish part is very important.
Так, ну и сейчас, по-моему, нам надо будет собрать 3 или 4 куска колеса.
Didn't you want to explore the surroundings, Raven?
It's late at night, and I'm not an owl, bonehead.
At least you could flutter around somewhere else for a change. You scared that old woman to death.
If that's what you want, I'm used to ingratitude.
Еще 2 куска. Ты-ты-ты-ты-ты.
Hey!
The truncated unicorn doesn't like Garen.
Unicorn?
No worries. My Ymra is as stoic as an oak.
Hey!
The truncated unicorn doesn't...
Unicorn?
No, my...
Gwynling and I used to catch dragonflies on the bank slopes of Andra. He then proceeded to skewer them. Locked.
Почему-то мне кажется, что кусок колеса где-то там.
Luckily, the axle... I hope the fire doesn't lure wild beasts. I hope the fire... All right. You're trying to make a fool out of me.
As long as there are pieces missing.
Right. Of course not.
Где есть еще активные вещи?
If I break the lock, the puppeteer won't take us.
А, интересно, своим даром ты можешь сломать замок?
My magic isn't strong enough to break a lock.
Почему ты с этой стороны не можешь с ним поговорить? Так.
Gwynling and I... That doesn't help. Doesn't work.
Может, она скажет, где?
How are you?
So.
Что ты ищешь, Флиппа?
What happened to your husband?
Oh, my dear Darian. He was a magnificent acrobat. I used to play the lute and sing while he was performing, but our act didn't earn us much of a living anymore. So he had the high rope set up higher than ever before.
You mean...
There were no last words, and no last wish I could foster in my heart.
That... I know how you...
Never mind.
Так. Чпок.
You could take us with you, northward. It's much safer to travel in a group.
As long as the wheel is broken, I'm stuck here. You can come back if you want to walk.
Ну как хочешь, Флиппа. Как хочешь. Так, что там мне Игорь написал? А нет, Игорь больше ничего не писал, это зуд. Так. Ну, как хочешь, Флип. Можешь сказать, можешь не говорить. Так, а мы больше ни в какую локацию сходить не можем, правильно? Так, ты мне больше ничего не скажешь. Нори. Ходим. Тягловая лошадь. Господи, я опять чего-то, что ли, не заметил. Того, что лежит, наверное, нас... Нет, пиксель-хантинг это, конечно, здорово, но... Тягловая лошадь, повозка, люк, в который я не могу пролезть.
I can't get into the trailer that way.
Так.
Gwynling and he then...
Я помню, что третий кусок колеса где-то там лежит, ворон. Интересно, а по карте где мы? По карте мы здесь. Так. Хоть интересно смотреть за игрой, за тем, как я мучаюсь, или, может быть, вы хотите чего-то более активного? Так, ладно, я пока отключу микрофон и схожу по делам. Под конем напротив бабульки. Под корнем. Тут напротив бабульки ничего нельзя трогать. К сожалению. Только костер. Я помню, что оно вроде бы в озере, но... Как достать его? Так, а я, кстати, нож могу сломать?
Doesn't work.
Не получится. Филипп, это тебе интересно нормально. Но я пока, потому что нету альтернативы. Да не то, что нету альтернативы, мне самому просто хочется снова пройти этот квест. Господи, где это колесо? Ладно, я пока отойду. А вы пока слушайте, как играет.
Gwynling, he then. Gwyn, he. Gwyn, he. Just a moment. There's something lying there. Now maybe Nuri can fix. So you can fix things with a spell, yes?
Yes, that's easy. It's similar to your breaking talent, but instead of imagining that all the components have to be present.
All right. I wish... Hey! Really very funny.
A nice wheel.
Oh, you can do magic?
Not much anymore.
Are you a druid's daughter?
No, I am Nuri Daranella Vandra. Do you command magic?
Well, nothing like that. But I know a different kind of magic.
Really?
Darian and I were sometimes able to literally blind our audience. Watch out.
Whoa, such a beautiful, bright light. But do you always use this white powder for your magic?
What powder?
And it doesn't hurt you to summon light? Does the powder lessen your pain?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
The wheel is back on the axle. Would you agree to give us a ride for a while now?
You have fixed the wagon. And by Travia, I can use a little company. Here are the keys to the trailer. I'll stay at the campfire a little while longer.
Let's go in. This was a nice day.
Oh yeah, like hell it was. I won the oak leaf challenge.
What are we going to do next?
We'll sleep.
Look. This is the white powder the wrinkly woman used to summon the glistening white light. I saw her throwing it into the fire.
Don't touch that. Who knows what it is?
I'll sleep in the bed. You can have the rug.
Huh? What? What was that? That came from outside.
No, nobody was here.
She's lying.
Regrettable.
He who speaks lies shall hold his tongue.
Please, believe me. There's no one here besides me.
Oh yes, they are here.
She's trying to lead us up the garden path. She'll have to tell us where they are.
Please, I can't tell you anything else.
In that case, we can't leave her unscathed.
Will you go away?
Time flows fast in this world.
Lives are shortened all the time. They are here, and we will find them.
What's going on?
Two strange figures are looking for us. They don't know where we are yet, but they're threatening Isidore.
Oh no. We must help her.
I have to distract the creatures somehow, or chase them off. They'd only slow me down. They'd only slow... It's hollow. They'd only...
Who's that?
Some made-up characters. Why should I care?
Maybe they'll help us. The middle one looks like the king of the imps.
They'd only... I'm not touching the stuff with... I hope the powder does what it's supposed to.
We must help.
Stay at the door. We might as well give up before we decide to lock... We might as well give up If I go out now... We might as well give up before we... We might as well... I don't think... What? The door... I better keep that... Perhaps I can go outside via the roof. We might as well. Perhaps I can go outside via the roof.
She's trying to lead us up the garden path. She'll have to tell us where they are.
Please, I can't tell you anything else.
In that case, we can't leave.
Will you go away?
Time for
Lives are they are here.
No.
She's a
Regret.
he who speaks lies.
Please, believe me.
Oh, yeah.
Спасибо, да, я забыл микрофон включить. Отлично, все прекрасно, замечательно. В воде. Надо было правой кнопкой мыши посмотреть на воду, и тогда можно было...
With the powder in the head, I can easily hurl it into the fire, but I'll have to plug it first so the powder doesn't trickle out.
Какой ты проблемный. Открыть... Теперь мы знаем, что порошок называется магнезий. Чем заткнуть? Так.
Hurry. She's...
They are here.
No! No!
Да, они ее убили.
They killed her just like that. The creature is coming to the coach box. I have to get us out of here.
What happened to...
She's all right.
But... her...
The creatures injured her, but then they let her go.
But...
And then she ran off into the woods. Nuri, they'll kill us.
Ah! Garon!
Fex be with me. It didn't work. Make yourself useful for once.
Так, с одним мы справились.
There, now. Too far away. I don't... It's already...
Garon!
I'm working as fast as... I can do it, Nuri!
Garon!
I can do it!
Вот.
Was it not fate that drove him forth? The seer had sought them out. For the moment, they had been able to escape, but the creatures would never stop chasing them. Who could help them now? When the seer's harp sounds, Andergast will perish.
Прекрасный перевод. Половина слов не показываются почему-то. Отлично.
And the fairy is the key. Garon had to find out more about these things. The fairy scholar was his only hope. He was right to let Nuri live. He was deeply convinced of that. Even his darkest dreams didn't reveal what woe this decision would soon befall his hometown.
Flip.
But would he have decided any differently had he known?
А то он боится... Нам сказали о том, что он боится своих жутчайших.
Really better now?
Stop asking all the time. I'm not staying in the wagon. I've been in there for days. And those pale men stopped chasing us a while ago.
All right, but we'll have to talk about your magic at some point.
Look! A human!
What am I doing here?
Вот. А, Флип, им нужна фея живой. Понимаешь, этим существам она нужна живой, поэтому они не могли ее ударить. Вот. Вот такие вот дела. Так и должно быть. Женщина должна была умереть, к сожалению. Такая вот трагичная частичная история. А если вы правильно следили за сюжетом, поскольку с нами фея, то и эти бледные существа тоже из рода фей. Как это принято в Европе, есть как благие, так и неблагие. Это вот были неблагие, которые, как вы видите, решили связаться и с черным колдуном. Что поделать? Вот.
Raven, after being a good scout for us these last few days, Nuri has asked me to be nicer to you.
What do you think? Will you be able to do that?
I'll try. How about you?
We'll see.
Have you seen if those demons are still following us?
Didn't you shake them off?
I think I did. I could be wrong, though. They are mighty creatures of the seer.
I didn't see anyone following us on my scouting flights.
Good.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Don't start raining on my parade. We were able to escape the seer's creatures and have come a long way. Fate might smile on us favorably. Now we're back in charge.
Well. Fate. What do you think that is? Fate.
The will of the gods.
And you think you can bend the will of the gods to fit your agenda?
Every man follows his destiny. It's something the gods let us pursue.
What's your destiny, then?
At least it's not being a cursed bad luck charmer. I'm responsible for the pursuit of my own happiness.
Don't you fear the prophecy? What if your doom is inevitable?
My future hasn't been decided yet.
No one ever escapes from Satinav's boundless gaze.
Tell me more about Satinav.
He's known by many names. The 13-Horned, the Irresistible, the helmsman of the Barge of Time. He once was a mighty magician, or even a demigod. The gods chained him to the Barge of Time because he tried to be the master over his own future.
They say the gods don't like people to determine their own fate.
Like Satinav, we mortals are chained to time.
In that case, I will have to break those chains. I'll have a further look around.
Сейчас нам надо будет решать... Ой, ну это даже не особо головоломка. Здесь очень маленькая локация.
Here in the mountains, a bell like this will scare... Strange contrast.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Strange.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull.
Вот. Это маленькая локация, нам надо будет разговорный квест решить. То есть нам надо будет поговорить с ним, нам надо будет поговорить с тем, кто здесь. Это гном. Сейчас вы его увидите. Вот так выглядит архитектура гномов. В этом мире, по крайней мере. А это рыцарь Богомиль Гневный.
Добро пожаловать на борт, Юнга.
Нижнее подчеркивание О.
Здравствуй, Зута, что ж тебя удивило и зачем так много? Ну, спасибо.
When will we move on?
I don't have the slightest idea where... Besides, without any proper gear, we won't last 2 days in the blood barrier. Listen.
Мы можем с ней поговорить.
How are you doing?
I am sad that Isida is gone. I hope these terrors will come to an end soon.
That's why we're looking for the fairy scholar, to prevent worse things from happening.
Так, все работает. Странно, чат мертв. Зуд мне ничего не написал.
What kind of magic was that you saved us with?
That was the power of the moonlight. It is like fire to the sad fairies. It burns them.
What do you mean, sad fairies?
I felt that they once were just like me.
And now they are sad?
Sure. If fairies lose their command over magic, they don't die but get consumed by darkness instead. Then they're sad and will never be able to laugh again.
To me, they seemed like mean fiends who have Isida's blood on their hands.
They're sad nonetheless. Believe me.
Ну вот, как я и говорил.
Your magic is fatal, even for you, isn't it? You almost got burned by it yourself.
I didn't want you to die.
Thank you, Nuri.
What are we going to do now?
Why do those mean fairies serve the seer?
You must have put a spell on them. And please stop talking about this subject. It's making me sad.
We need some gear before we can move on.
That's all right. I can do with a little rest.
Very well. Let's carry on later. Hail Rondra, Sir Knight. Could you kindly tell us where we are?
This is the Thash mountain range.
Thash? So the blood barrier is not far off?
It is but a short distance for a travelling knight. For a farm boy and a maiden, it might prove quite a journey.
I am no farmer.
My maiden, you should seek protection from a proper man in these dangerous surroundings.
What kind of a man?
I am Bogomil Vrathling, Knight of Andergast. At your service, fair maiden.
I am Nuri. This is my friend Geron.
Nuri it is. What an extraordinary name.
Добро пожаловать на борт, Юнга.
Одну секунду.
Это не я, крышечка, 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 нижнее подчеркивание.
А кто тогда Зодик, если это не ты? Я не знаю, кто прикинулся тогда Зудом, но... Да, пускай оно будет таким, как есть. Ля-ля-ля-ля-ля. Так. Рыцарь в Ташских горах. Можно было бы сказать ташкентских, что было бы смешнее.
What business does a knight of Andergast have in the Thash Mountains?
The king put me in charge of observing the orc tribes of the Blood Barrier.
You have travelled through the Blood Barrier?
Of course, but now I have to return to Andergast. There has been some unrest amongst the Tolokai. I have to report to King Eferdan immediately.
Did you run into an explorer in the Blood Barrier, near a red lake?
Red Lake? No, but if he came from the south, he must have been through here.
What kind of big bell is that in the tower?
That's a storm bell. During the Orcan storm, when old Wendelin was still king, it was sounded to warn the lumberjacks in the vicinity of the pilfering hordes. Believe me, my boy, it could wake anyone from their sleep when it was still in working order.
We need some gear. A rope, blankets, provisions, everything that can be of use.
Usually you can get those things from Graham, but the old pighead hides in his house and doesn't make a sound. I wouldn't trust that cutthroat anyway. Do you hear that, Graham? You are a cutthroat.
Why does this Graham hide anyway?
The stupid ox won't admit that I am right.
Right?
Right. He refuses to pay the dues he owes me.
What dues?
He's responsible for the death of my
Добро
horse.
пожаловать на
Gave him
борт,
spoiled
Юнга.
fodder, so he died miserably.
Мне нравится затея Ксиды.
Что?
Why don't you buy this horse and carriage from us?
What use is Akani's trailer to me? But you can leave me your hack. What are you asking for it?
I'm not really sure.
Make up your mind about the price. Then I'll tell you mine.
Rondra be with you, Sir Knight.
And with you. Futile, my boy. That's a dwarf's job.
Here in the mountain.
The owner of the yard.
Never again will the puppeteer tell this story. Maybe I really am a bad luck charm. Never again. And maybe I... I'll just take it all. Never again. Maybe I... Strange control.
The owner of...
Да перестань. Барабанные палочки.
That's much too frail to use as a crank.
Если тебя...
Fits exactly.
Добро пожаловать на борт, Юнга.
Убийство.
Ну а я, чем она вчера прокатила 3 раза с Пчеликовым и Полинялой.
Seems like you've been fooled, Sir Dwarf. The boy has sounded the bell. There are no orcs attacking.
What? What's going on in your wooden head, boy? Sounds the alarm without good cause and forces an honest dwarf out of his warm and comfy chair. I can't believe it.
I just wanted to... You didn't answer the door, sir.
Well, forget it. But you can cut out the formal hogwash while we're at it. Who are you, anyway?
I am Geron of Andergast.
From Andergast? Just like this one there? Very well, then. My name is Gram, Grandoline's son. And this is Gram's open house.
Open house? Pfft.
What do you want, Geron of Andergast?
We need gear and provisions for our journey. That means a good length of rope, blankets, water...
Very well. That'll be 1 ducat, please.
What? That's much too expensive.
By Fex and Angrosh, what did you expect? Do you think this stuff grows under the rocks around here? Too expensive? I can't believe.
But...
You can ask again as soon as you have some money.
I'll sell you the horse and the trailer.
Nah, don't bother. I don't care much for hacks and what they drag around with them.
What kind of argument do you and the knight have anyway?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The knight says you poisoned his horse.
Why, that's what he did.
Shut your face, Raffling!
Bah!
So the knight is lying.
Listen, human. I don't think this is any of your business, so...
All right, all right. We're looking for a wise man who is said to be in the blood barrier at the moment, near a red lake.
One of those weirdos, eh? I remember one of them coming through here. Wanted to buy all sorts of stuff from me. Lots of obscure rubbish.
Do you know exactly where I can find him?
Yes. I'll tell you if you can offer me something in exchange. You rub my back, I rub yours, understand?
There you have it, my boy. The dwarf is a cutthroat.
Will you bugger off and take care of your swine?
Ну да, я потру твою спину, ты потрешь мою спину. Бишоп, ты такой голодный был? Настаивать на...
Where is the fairy scholar, pray tell?
Do you have anything nice to offer me in exchange? In that case, I have no idea where...
I'll leave.
Так, ладно. Так, сейчас, одну секунду. Прошу прощения, извините, меня отвлекли. Так.
What's he supposed to do with this? What's he... I can offer you this beard tonic.
Why, but it's transparent. A black beard needs a blue luster. And for that, I already have my Jenner Creek Blue Shine beard dye.
I don't... Do you want to swap
this piece of wood?
Nonsense. Nuri doesn't...
Все, я, кажется, Да. Иди сюда, давай.
Nuri thinks that the seer's creatures were wicked fairies. How come he's got such a strong relation to fairies?
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Does he plan to make her a wicked fairy as well?
Possibly.
I'll have a... I'll have a...
Я не помню, как его заставить попросить забрать.
How am I supposed to reach that?
Надо тянуться.
Wandberries. Their bitter blue juice has healing properties. I'll have a...
Может быть, Нори может помочь мне с этим? И попросить ворона сможет.
Let's carry...
Нет. Так.
Too far away.
What is it, my... And with...
Hey, keep your paws off my Jenner Creek Blue Shine. Do you think my beard gets groomed by air and darkness alone?
You'd better leave the stuff to this dandy boy. It's his most beloved possession.
Так, я...
What? No! By Angrosh and all the beard critters, my beautiful Jenna Creek Blueshine beard dye. Who did that?
Perhaps Angrosh himself has punished you
Кстати,
for your
за твою
vanity,
жадность,
Sir
гном.
Dwarf.
What will my beard have to say to that?
Самовлюбленный старый гном. Ну что, согласишься?
I can offer you this beard tonic.
Why, but it's a black and for...
Так, хорошо. Кусты.
I can't. Wandberries. Their bitter blue juice has healing properties.
Горький синий сок имеет целебный эффект. Пожалуйста. Отлично.
Do you see the flower box at the dwarf's house up there?
I see him.
There are wandberries in there. Can you fly up there and get me some?
Do you need a healing remedy? Are you injured?
No, but they are great for wounds. We should be prepared for all possibilities on our journey.
All right then.
Использовал, разрушил все. Ну, почти все.
Maybe I can mix my own blue beer. I'll have to squeeze the berries. Now all I have to do... Maybe I'll have... How do I fill it? Good old Garatian Bluebeard dye.
Ну, давай ему предложим.
Can you make use of this Garatian beard tonic? I'll give it to you for some information.
Let's see it. Garetian? I guess this will have to make do until I can get my hands on the real... So, what do you...
Where exactly has the scholar gone?
He babbled something about a cave to the north of a big orc statue, near a red lake. He couldn't wait to get there. His imp had made a mess of my whole shop.
When did the fairy scholar pass through here?
That must have been a month ago. Wanted to stay the winter in the blood barrier. I called him crazy. All his imp had for me was a dirty laugh.
What is an imp doing with a fairy scholar?
How the hell should I know? That was an unholy, uninhibited, nasty little imp. Ugly and mean. My shop still reeks of his foul mouth.
How do we get to this cave?
First you travel north, through the Screech Owl Forest. Or, better yet, past Bloodthorn Hollow. Oh, never mind. I'll show you on the map.
Why, thank you, Master Dwarf. I'll leave you to it.
Старый ворчливый гном. Так, карта. Мы были здесь, затем пришли сюда пешком и вот сюда уехали. А потом будем где-то здесь, по-моему. Или здесь. Или вообще здесь. Я не помню. Сейчас мы скоро увидим. Так. Крышка.
Sir Knight Rat.
What is it, my...
Что такое, мальчик?
I'll sell you the horse for 1 ducat.
That old nag isn't worth more than half a ducat. And that would be the deal of your life, my boy. So do we have a deal?
No, we need 1 ducat.
Well, my offer still stands.
I guess we'll have to move on without any gear, Nuri.
But I thought we couldn't go on without.
To venture into the blood barrier with insufficient means, that would be foolish.
But we don't have any money, and you refuse to give us enough for the horse.
Bah!
Don't you want to help Nuri, good Sir Knight Rathling?
She's looking quite all right, so why would she need help from me?
Спокойной ночи, Морфилия. Приятных снов. Я не знаю, почему перевели так. По сути, он говорил имп. И мальчик упоминал его как имп. А имп, это небес.
The knight is right. We can't I guess we're straight.
No problem. I like it here. What are those trees over there?
If you feel alright, my girl, everything is just fine. But I can't stand to see fair maidens suffer.
I guess you'll have to look the other way then.
If we don't move along soon, the dark creatures will catch up with us.
They were mainly sad.
They killed Isidore, and they almost got us too.
I thought they were a little bit like me.
No, I'm sure they weren't. Don't you want to help?
She's looking quite all...
I wonder what your friends at home are doing at the moment.
Why?
Well, they're all alone now, and they surely miss you.
All alone? Miss Greenbelt, we have to go back and fetch them.
No, we can't go back now. Do you want to run directly into the creature's claws? We have to find the fairy scholar. He will help us, and then we can fetch Mrs. Greenbald and the rest.
Miss Greenbelt?
Don't you want to help Nuri?
Oh my.
What's wrong with her?
She's sad that we can't go on.
What can I do for you, Nuri?
Miss Greenbelt.
How can I help?
Please help us out with half a ducat for the horse and half a ducat to make Nuri smile again.
I think you've got me, my boy. No gold in the world is spent in vain if it makes beauty smile again. Here you go.
I thank you, good night.
So we can travel soon?
Yes.
And Miss Greenbelt won't have to wait much longer.
Yes, that's the spirit, my girl. Say, don't you want to stay with me after all?
Not on your life.
Ну вот, теперь можно поговорить о снаряжении.
Here's the money for the...
Wonderful! Here's your stuff. It's exceptional quality. Good value, too.
I sure hope so, dwarf.
I'll give you some advice for free. When you go into the blood barrier, you'd better not burden yourself with too much stuff. You'll feel every ounce in your bones up in the mountains.
Yes, I know that. I'll leave you to it then.
Вода, одеяло, кремень и трутень.
Listen. Let's carry on later.
Отлично, теперь мы можем идти в горы.
Come on, Nuri. Let's move on.
Come along, Raven.
Ага, достижение в гостях у орков.
Blood barrier. Most impassable of all mountain ranges. What in the name of all 12 gods had made the fairy scholar come here? There wasn't a single danger that didn't lurk here. Into what kind of barren land had he brought Nuri? The orcs called these mountains Gravish's Claws. And of all the black furs, the most horrible tribe called this its home. They took their captured prisoners to the caves of Orakar and hunted them to death. That's what was said of the bloodthirsty Zolochai. And the path led straight through their camp.
В отличие от всех фэнтезийных игр, в отличие от многих задумок, здесь орки — это монголы по большей части. Очень сильно.
Nuri, come over here into the shadows. They can't see us here. That's a whole camp of orcs. If they find us, we're dead.
Raven!
Go on, report. And craw a little less loudly, if you will.
The Red Lake is behind this ridge, but the orcs are everywhere. They are here to perform a ritual. It will take days for them to finish it and leave.
No Red Lake, then?
Nonsense. We haven't journeyed through the blood barrier for days just to turn back now.
You want to save the fairy, yet you risk her death. I thought Nuri could trust you. But you're doing exactly what Gwynling asked you to.
Don't worry, Raven. Garen knows exactly what to do. Don't you, Garen?
Of course I do. I'll get you to the fairy scholar in one piece. This can't be true. The orcs will rip us apart.
You'd better hurry.
Ну так вот. Оркам придумали здесь и целую культуру, и они интересно выглядят, в отличие от Они сильно отличаются от стандартных орков, варкрафтовских орков и Властелин колец. И орков Властелин колец. Так, мне нужно...
Is this a human skull?
Так, сейчас я сохранюсь.
The pony is shivering under its matted mane. The pony is shivering under its matted mane. I'll relieve you of... The pony is...
Araiki rugar bosrasek, rurasek, istrasek, karkasek.
The rock is bleeding colour.
Так.
We'll have to watch our every step. We'll have to watch our every step, or we'll be the next to sizzle over the fire. I never meant to rummage through the rubbish of... And to top it off, the effort didn't even... Say.
Так, у вас все нормально. У нас все нормально. Отлично, так.
I'm sorry I was cross with you again. I know you only mean the best with your warnings, but we have to reach that explorer at the Red Lake.
Apology accepted.
Didn't you want to say something too?
Yes.
Yes?
Don't make our situation any worse.
Is there a different way?
There is a good lane to fly through over there.
I meant for the three of us.
No, I'm sorry. The only way is through the orcs' camp.
Can't you fly us over there? We'll deal with them, won't we?
There are dozens of them. You don't even have a sword.
Raven, you distract them. And Nuri? Do you know how to perform a death spell?
No.
Sleeping spell?
No.
We'll deal with them anyway. Oh, no. Nuri!
They're fighting about who Tyrek will crush like a maggot.
What? Don't worry, Nuri. I'll protect you.
I miss my forest and all the life within it.
We'll be with the fairy scholar soon and all will be fine.
That sounds so beautiful.
I just have to get rid of the orcs.
You still have me, Nuri.
You said something about Tyrak. Do you understand what the Black Furs are saying?
Don't you?
Oh, forget it. And what, pray tell, are they talking about?
Those two don't like each other, and the third one is always laughing.
Anything important that could help us?
Wait a minute.
Ну и вот, они здесь не зеленокожие, а черношкурые.
It's a story with a lot of names in it.
I don't think stories will get us any further ahead.
They're talking about blood and guts a lot.
Are they exchanging recipes or what?
They are fighting about who Tyrak will crush like a maggot.
And which of them is Tyrak?
That's their blood god.
The big loud one is impatient. He's eager to receive a sign from Tyrak. Otherwise he'll start the dance himself.
So they're waiting for a sign. Interesting. Let's listen in on the order.
Okay.
Seems to be quite entertaining.
They laugh about a human's bone.
Disgusting. I hope they aren't cooking the fairy scholar.
No. The bone is really tiny.
Who knows what size those fairy scholars are?
The big loud dog is more interested in ogre excrement.
Great. I always wondered what orcs talk about.
Will this be of any use to us?
We give them ogre excrement for a present, and they'll let us pass in exchange.
If only life were that easy.
All will be fine.
Господи, вот я ни разу не пытался поговорить с теми орками, что вдалеке, но чисто ради эксперимента мне интересно. Мальчика убьют или он все-таки остановится?
We'll have to watch our every or we'll be the next.
Понятно.
Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka. Oh! Asek Aslasa! Ukna Knaka! Eike, Maradokas. Irhak, Takai, Takai, Karka, Takai, Takai, Karka, Takai, Takai, Karka. Ach, Obrak.
Reeks of horrible weeds. Sure, the drummer is busy, but it's still safer when he's not there. I can't reach the water from here. I can't reach... The orc idol is... But it seems this shaman is waiting for a... I can't...
Так,
Now I'll swing over the precipice of death using an age-old dwarven rope on this scrawny... Now I'll swing over the precipice of death using an age-old dwarven rope on this... It might have been a mistake. My rope is too short to rappel down. Of course.
Так, я помню
What for? Doesn't work. He's not.
Как же это меня раздражает. Я помню, что нужно сделать, но не помню в какой последовательности.
Not. I don't think. Icy as the floor is, I shouldn't try to jump over. Otherwise, my high-flying dreams might be over. I can't reach the water from here. I can't reach... I can't cut that up. This constant dripping makes me go mad, but I'm used to that from my room in Andergast. The stone colors the water blood red instantly. The stone... Always let a sleeping... That goes twice for a dog like... This monk, if he wakes up all...
Так, нужно найти, чем бы усыпить собаку.
I never... And to top it off, the effort didn't even... Say... Oh... Nuri! What? Oh...
Trokor Harkulzach. Korka Harkulzach. Groch Jura hier. Knack Teirach. Taika
Not this. I like it better. That would make... Oh, grave light. He's not hungry. I can... That does...
Я думаю, что здесь ничего не сделать. Так.
Sure, but it's still... If he wakes up all...
Нужен табак.
If he wakes... I'm not going to the smoke is not a good sign. I hope it never comes alive in flesh and blood. I don't not a very... Maybe. Now I'll swing it.
Идиот, господи. Падающая вода. Я помню, что нужно уронить гнилое дерево сюда, повесить сюда вот это. Но он не хочет этого делать. Почему?
Icy as the otherwise. Why can't I cast a ball of fire? That it... The orc idol, but it seems the shaman is waiting for a sign. He's dancing to the rhythm of a drum. I guess I could try to bludgeon him from behind, but the shaman would surely notice. Let's see.
Torrogai Morka. Kushachai Roy. Urkmol. Ochake Drubar. Kedrak noch Knach Tairach. Zogach Kuroch Rechtairach. Rikat Solachai. Horok Sharas Brakarai. Al Aikar Barzorak. Ro Yarkach Kesara. Juroch Duragorshoi. Tor Tairach Yusha Obrach. Dusum Draza. Raiko Knach, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka.
Damn, the knot is too tight. There we go. If he wakes, the stone fits Not like this. Why should I? That doesn't... I can't reach... I bet... That doesn't... Why on earth... No.
Oh.
I'm not sure. That's no... I can't... That doesn't... Why should I?
Goed mag dorp, makrach. Och, geht rüber. Gedrak noch knach teirach. Juroch durak. Tor teirach, jusha obrach. Reikor kakat.
As loud as a real orc drum. As loud as a real orc drum. Reeks of horrible weeds. I don't...
Ushai orkash droshak nach teirach. Groch roik haku skor izrak.
But pony is... Not this one. I'm not... I don't want to spook... I need a good reason for...
This is a nice red...
Красивый красный камень, отлично.
I'm not going to wear that.
Too big for his cheeky beak, I'm afraid. I've had better ideas. Huh? I can't reach it. Plus, the orcs would detect me. Say. Do you see that jawbone at the pole?
Yes. Why me?
You're a bird.
I'm not a common scavenger.
Please.
No.
Pretty please?
I know this game. It ends with 1,000 pleases, and my answer still will be no.
Вредная ворона.
The raven hardly caught the orc's attention. If he wakes up, this doesn't make him any... Then it'll get hooked. I'll make a leap and hope that the dead tree... Nope. Then it'll get... and hope... Nope. Nonsense. I wonder if that was... My rope is too... My rope is too short. Not a very... Doesn't work. It looks so well, no. He's not hurt. That doesn't help. As long as the orcs are still there, I'd better stay down here. As long as the orcs are still there, I bet. As long as... Oh. That's too sturdy. That won't break so easily. That exceeds...
Aikuruk, Araiki Rugar Bosrasek, Rurasek, Istrasek.
Пропасть.
Then it'll get hooked on the tree trunk, I'll make a leap, and hope that the dead tree will support my weight. Nope. I can't reach... I can't reach the wall. Gwynling would not have... Doesn't work. I can't reach...
Господи.
But it seems this shape...
Не знаю, как...
I'm not sure.
Я не уверен. Нет. Это вообще все в следующей локации мне понадобится.
No time. I need to focus on the task. Not... It's impossible.
Я помню, что как-то надо достать мясо, но как...
Nuri! What? Nuri! What?
В общем, пока вы слушаете, как болтают орки, я схожу в туалет.
Trokor Harkulzach. Korka Harkulzach. Groch Jurahir. Knack Tairach. Taika Jorm Barak Baruk Sharas Tor Aikar Brazora.
Again, there are many names. A certain Aikar.
The Aikar is the chieftain of all orcs. They're waiting for their supreme orc. Just what we need.
No. They've been waiting for a judgment from their god for days.
And then?
Then blood shall flow. Or they're waiting for blood?
Are you sure you're getting this right, Miri?
Their god wants blood, the orcs want blood, but no one seems to have it.
We could offer Master Raven here.
Keep on joking, my boy.
I never meant to rummage through the... And to top it off, the effort didn't even yield... The tree is too... I can't... Stabbing, cutting, or scratch... The stone colours the water blood, but no one is likely to see that from afar.
Да, микрофон, извините. Я сейчас очень сильно злился на тему того.
Well, doesn't work.
Хрен догадаешься, как это...
Cutting won't be of much help here. Is it even...
No.
The stone colours the water blood, but no one is... Now the Colossus is spilling blood.
Maro! Oh, Taika! No, Taika! Knach Taika! Inroch Taika! Mor Atseki! Mor Kul Knach! Uza! Ok! Baruko Kasrota!
Не то слово, блин. Все, хватит. Ай кота, злохай.
This mongrel is in the way. I should find...
Что такое, Флип?
There.
Can we reach the Red Lake at last?
Follow me without attracting attention.
Что такое, Флип? Тебе не нравится, как я делаю?
You're not the kind to give up easily, are you?
Yes, that's me.
The Red Lake!
No explorer to be seen anywhere.
Maybe there. Hello?
Not so loud, the orcs.
And who might you be, young'uns?
What?
А вот вам и имп, который лепрекон. Вот почему лепрекон, а не имп. И не бес, а лепрекон.
You must be the scholar's imp, aren't you?
No, I'm a Capercaillie. A Capercaillie, and you won't catch me.
Do you know where his cave is?
Do I? Do I?
Oh, good. Where is it?
I'm not telling. I'm not a snitch.
Come on, show us the way to the cave.
No, I'm...
Now she can come with us.
Hey!
You don't make friends easily, do you?
You said it.
Кажется, мне придется убить.
I think these two are relatives. The rock is bleeding color. I can't break anything off this. That's no help at... No time. I'm not risking my life for a plant.
And all will be well when we've found the fairy scholar?
I hope...
His research might help me use magic without pain. Then I could grant your every wish.
At least that's what the fairy tales say. Perhaps the explorer can show you a way back into your world too. You'd be safe there.
Stop that. I'll turn back at once if you don't. I'm not going back to my world.
Where has the raven gone anyway?
I hope nothing bad happened to him.
If it were up to me, he shouldn't even bother coming back.
But he's helped us many times.
Did he? I just keep hearing him making snide comments.
He warned us about the sad fairies.
Well, yes, that one.
When he helped us with the orcs as well. In addition...
Yes, all right, he's... What's so horrible about your home?
Is the fairy scholar human, perchance?
You're trying to deflect.
You are trying to deflect.
Very well then, keep your secret to yourself. I'll have a...
Oh, Garen, we don't have time for things like that.
Wise master, are you here? Wise... Just no...
What is this?
It's an Orkland orchid.
Don't believe him. Slime mold. That's what it is. Scatters slime everywhere when it's eaten.
Наверное, сами... Нет. Ну, логично сюда.
Look, I think the... What for? Not like... That's the... The rock is bleeding color. Those stones have colored the whole lake red. The rock is... Doesn't work. That doesn't help. Nuri doesn't... Ouch!
Your own fault.
You don't make friends.
You said it. Of course, that doesn't help. Water?
Do I look like a ship's imp?
It'll only get swept away. Enough of tell us where the fairy scholar...
Try it! Try it!
Хорошо, если поджечь.
Ouch!
Please let him sleep.
They're probably not getting enough sunlight. I'm not lugging around the whole roast. One piece should... A small orcan bulldog.
Маленький оркский бульдог.
Really?
Why, yes. And that's how, after 700 winters of loneliness, I finally... But I'll tell you the rest later, my child. The turnip face is back.
Даже поколовый вернулся.
I guess it doesn't like... We'll give you pipeweed if you show us the way to the explorer.
Got enough of that, and mine's better anyway.
I could read... Huh? Not a very... Huh?
Блин, замолчи. Во.
The blanket doesn't... I need... The blanket doesn't stay... I need something... Nuri doesn't... Stabbing, cutting, or scratching? No time to... Not like this.
Я начинаю сходить с ума, извините.
Nonsense.
Ну давай, щит. Правильно. Правильно, щит. Ожерелье. Ожерелье, отлично. Чтоб еще стырить орков. Флип, так суть в чем? Мы закрываем свет, цветок спрячется, и бабочка прилетает сюда, эта штука закрывается, мы говорим с лепреконом, лепрекон падает сюда, падает, мы надеваем на него одеяло. По-моему, это работает так. Вот. Вот, и видишь?
The Summerling. Oh no, we'll have to free him.
I'm sure he's all right. Will you come down already?
Catch.
The water will dry.
He must leave my stone alone.
I'll leave it dry. I've had better.
What's he doing there?
I'm only looking.
Good, because this is my favorite.
Will you come?
Чпок.
Nasty little.
Why, that was quite a splash.
You've ruined my pipeweed. It's all wet. Wet, wet, wet.
And you're bald too.
What? A bald head? Where is my hat? My hat?
Well, imp. I caught you, so you'd better take us to the fairy scholar now.
Am I supposed to wander the world without a hat on my head? I want a new one.
Where am I supposed to get a new hat?
A new weed for the pipe. I'm demanding that too.
Ладно, табак-то я ему...
You can keep that.
Do you want this pipe weed?
Yes, yes. I'm not choosy in that respect. The most important thing is that it stings in the throat.
Вот нарисованы, конечно, здесь картинки прекрасно. Так, ну, а новая шляпа на. На.
Here's a new hat for you.
It's not gaudy enough. No decoration, no pendant on it.
I'll go and...
Так.
It doesn't work.
Не сработает.
It does... Here's a hat for you, decorated and all.
This reeks of horse drool. But it has some nice thingamajiggies on the rim. Even better looking than the old one.
There, now you have what you wanted.
Just one more thing.
No, by all 12, not one thing more.
You don't have a sense of humor, do you? Well then, listen carefully. 70 paces towards where the thistles have no heads. 21 paces towards where the sunbeams are bent in a circle. 9 paces towards where the mushrooms have wings. There you'll find my friend in a hidden cave. As long as he's not down in the maze near his fairy artifact, that is.
That's easy. Come on, Garon.
What?
Забавно, да? Она все поняла, а он нет. А вот это место я не проходил еще.
But there's nobody here.
Damn, that imp duped us.
Wait, didn't he say the fairy scholar is examining an artifact deep down in the mountain?
That's right. So we'll have to go looking for him there. But without a map of the cave system, we'll never be able to find him. What's that supposed to depict?
Turn it around.
There's nothing on the back.
No, I meant the other way.
What other way?
Oh, you have no sense for art at all.
This doesn't yield anything. I've had better ideas. The candle is burned down to a stump.
Деньги, их похищают с карточки банка.
We have to free the summer.
I can't reach it.
You must free him. Do you always have to break things?
You wanted me to set it free.
But not like that. Things shouldn't be broken.
It's just a jar.
Yes, just a jar. But at some point everything will fall apart. And everything will be dark and grey. Come on, let's just go.
No, we'll get lost. Why don't you fix it then?
This is the last time I'm doing this for you.
That's what you said the day before yesterday. Nuri. I'll have a...
Да, странно то, что ворон пропал и не возвращается. Так. Здесь ничего, там ниша.
What is this?
There's something written on this one that I can't decipher. That's where the explorer must be. The tablet mentions a fairy artifact. I don't...
Так, а если...
That doesn't burn anymore. It's all charred and burned.
That's taking too much time. Come on.
Wait!
Oh no.
What's wrong?
There are orcs down at the lake.
Damn! They must have followed our tracks. We should hurry up.
Да не, я не думаю, что ворона съели орки. Так. Еще табличку взять.
Obscure. I can't make heads or tails.
Цветочек.
Why, that's not a vase. Oh, look!
И что мне с этим сделать?
Come on, let's just...
No, we'll get lost with... Only charcoal. I used to draw with charcoal as a child.
Can you draw me? In 3 dimensions?
3 dimensions? I haven't got the slightest idea what you mean.
Так. Бумага и уголь.
Can you...
Так, хорошо. А если попробовать углем здесь? Нет. Понятно.
Here's some water for you. Here's some water for you. It makes butterflies glow. I used to draw...
Can you draw in...
Хорошо, и как мне допереть, что это за ниточки? Угу. У меня... нож есть.
If I rip them apart, those threads will be even harder to use.
Господи, что это такое?
I can't think of anything here.
I think when you let two threads intersect, their shadow points to a place on the map.
So 2 threads at a time. I used to draw.
Can you draw in 3?
Only 2 threads, but which ones? Damn, I just don't. No time to experiment. Only damn, I...
Это больно. Хорошо, ладно.
I don't think...
Честно, я запарился. Я не знаю, как решать эту загадку, потому что я никакой подсказки не могу найти. Хорошо, хоть я в этот раз нашел решение загадки. Ты не можешь дать? Нет, она подсказку мне не даст. Значит, я пошел лазить, смотреть подсказку. Так, стоп. Твою мать. Твою мать. Твою мать. Твою мать. Хорошо. А если
What's
так?
that supposed to be?
It shows statues with swords. Perhaps a piece of art.
What's that supposed to be?
It shows statue. Perhaps a... The smallest...
Здесь гнездо пауков. Здесь хрен пойми что. Здесь шахта. Здесь, наверное, артефакт, а здесь драгоценность. То есть нам нужно вот это найти. Раз, два, три, 4. Ты. 1.
What's that?
It shows
Заткнись. И 2, 4. Хорошо. Раз, два. Раз, два, три, 4.
Come on, let...
No. If the numbers on the stone tablet are right, the fairy artifact must be there. I think I know where the explorer is now.
Мне стыдно, но у меня мозги сохнут.
Well, to get to the fairy artifact, we have to go right first, then straight on, then left once. No, twice left. Then 3 times straight ahead. Can you remember that?
Left, right, straight on.
I think we better copy the directions down.
Хорошо, давай.
I'll just draw the map on the backside.
Garen, you have to promise that the explorer won't send me home.
All right, I promise. Right, straight ahead, twice left, 3 times straight ahead.
Подожди.
Right, straight ahead, twice left, 3 times straight ahead. Come on, I know where we have to go now.
Вот исследователь.
All hail the 12. Are you the fairy scholar?
By Fabian's crown and Farendel's fingerweb, a fairy, in flesh and blood. Let me have a look at you, glistening maiden. What portal have you come through? Which world do you belong to? No, don't tell me. Tall and without wings, not a Larifari. And no creek or tree on you, so neither a nymph nor a dryad.
I am Nuri Dari Nelavanda. Can you help me so that I can use magic again, without any pain and loss?
An inquisitive fairy. Wait, I have to focus my mind.
I want to stay in this world and wander free like the raven and live through adventures with Geron. Can you help me?
Only 3 times am I allowed to err.
Master fairy scholar?
Oh, another... Oh, a human.
My name is Geron. We've come to seek your counsel. You are the fairy scholar, right?
Giacomo Nauta, Sage of the Spheres, Temporal Analyst, and Fairy Scholar. That hits the nail on the head, I should say. But just one moment, young man. Please do not touch those fairy crystals, Nuridara Nelavanda. Interference, you know. Where were we, my boy?
Fairy crystals?
Nuri can't use magic in this world.
Don't touch under any circumstances.
Whoops!
Save yourselves!
Отлично. Ну, по крайней мере, она себя ведет как фея. Все к чертям сломала. Она обдолбанная теперь, я смотрю.
Nuri!
Anrianvella muren amat hesteliana nati. Gerionero Anrianvella.
Уже убит бот.
What did she say?
О, он живой.
How could that happen? What's wrong? Do you have something in your throat? Here, take a mouthful.
Oh, black fortunes. The fairy artifact. Millennia. Gone in a blink of an eye.
We have to save Nuri. She's been cut off from us, and she seems to be in shock.
Am I surprised? She just had to touch the crystals. Your fairy has to find another way out.
But the orcs are on that side, and they've surely been following us. Nuri mustn't fall into their hands.
I can draw a safe passage back for her, but I'd need the notebook from my backpack.
Very well. The notebook it shall be.
Флип, она фея. Фея, которая не жила.
The arm of the fairy knight statue.
Отлично.
The boulder is much too... How am I supposed to reach that?
Блядь.
Too short. Why should I?
Что еще есть? Так, булыжники. Есть человек. Есть сумка. Рука слишком короткая.
How am I supposed to reach that? Nuri! Damn! Nuri! Damn!
Давайте в нее кинем руку.
The other half is lodged beneath this statue. The stick fits perfectly into the hole left by the sword handle. If the stick wasn't broken, I could reach the backpack with it.
Упоротая фея, починись.
Nuri, could you please? Well, good. Thanks.
Да, шеф наркомания. Вон мы упороли фею.
I'd feel better if the stick had the life's, and that's the kind.
Господи, какой ты проблемный, а? Вот честно.
Lilla Karen.
Here. This is for your fairy. The way out of the mountain. She must run to the mill that's marked here. That's where we'll meet again. Maybe we should carry on this conversation outside.
It's flying away.
Fairy interference. I'm afraid everything in here will crumble up.
I'm not leaving Nuri behind.
Of course not. I'll make new directions.
Hold on, Nuri.
Here's another sheet with...
Ну, давайте послушаем, что это за язык.
Nuri! Damn. The explorer... We'd better stay away from these stones.
Geron, Seleavi, Uribella, Amatesta. Uh-oh.
Ну, наверное, да. На эльфийском.
Of course not. I've had...
Так, я прав? Хорошо.
The boulder is...
У меня есть нож, у меня есть нож.
I can't cut that. I'm...
Потому что логики нет. Потому что боль. Потому что нету ёбаной логики. Ее здесь нет. Если я правильно понимаю, мне нужно сейчас достать камень.
Doesn't work. It's impossible. I'd rather not. No spark will help this. Right, straight. We have to say.
Надо взять камень и швырнуть ей в голову. Его. Давай перепрыгнем.
How many paces might that? No, I won't risk the leap under any circumstances. Why should I? It's flying.
Here's another.
Да, понимаешь ты эльфийский. Конечно, да, понимает она эльфийский. Давай по... Так, хорошо. Есть листок, есть непонятная хрень, есть рисунок, есть одеяло, есть это.
Doesn't work. Nonsense. I'd rather not. This time it wasn't my fault. This time it wasn't my fault. This time... Not a very bright idea. Why can't I cast a ball of fire? So, who's the one who's breaking things?
Так.
Nuri's seems to be in work. It's undamaged. There's nothing that needs... Did those crystals give Nuri new magic powers? Be that as it may, she mustn't touch those stones again. No. There's no... Huh?
Конечно, рисунок.
I've had better. Why would I want... I'll keep that... I can't think of anything. Of course not.
Давай его прирежем, а?
And then you'll tell me what I need to know. All right, Sage of the Spheres and Temporal Analyst, I better get us out of here. And then you'll...
Ну давай, Чиф, расскажи мне, что же говорит эта фея. Говорила эта фея, может быть, она нам подсказку давала. Блин, что? Что? Что мне сделать? Я могу на разном урок. У меня есть... Я думаю, я ответил на твой вопрос, Филипп. Так, одну секунду, надо проверить посудомойку. Чиф, рисунок под одеяло не впихивается. Как одеяло под бумагу.
This time it wasn't my fault. She's gone crazy. She's gone even more crazy. Are the items in there valuable? I'm sorry. You have to know that I bring bad luck. What did those crystals do to Nuri? Damn, this is hard.
Нету такого тренда, у меня не существует. Тупой игры нету. Никогда я не назову.
All right, say, and then you... I don't think... Too short. Why must... My arm is too short. Nuri! Damn.
Follow the directions to the mill. You can't miss it. The way should be safe. Come, my boy. It's time to leave. So the seer wants to get hold of Nuri Daran Elavanda. Satinav. History has a way of repeating itself.
What do you mean by that?
Once before, the seer abused fairies by making them play the harp for him, until they lost their magic and fell victim to the darkness.
Nuri called them sad fairies. The seer sent them to follow our tracks.
Possible. Quite possible.
Я уже совокупил предметы, все нормально.
You fought alongside the king's heroes?
Hezinda forbid. I'd make a knight of miserable stature. When the young king asked me for help, the seer had long been in captivity, but I sealed the fairy gate in the stone oak forest.
So that was you?
For all time. The hardest decision in my whole life. But other fairies might have reached Andergast to play the harp.
How come you didn't find Nuri at the fairy gate back then?
There were rumors in those times that the heroes had saved a fairy from the seer's clutches. But nobody felt it necessary to introduce her to me before they let her go.
Satinav. Satinav. The Raven mentioned the name once. Can you tell me more about Satinav?
You mean the steersman of the Barge of Time? The Irresistible? Satinav was a mighty demigod who descended to the underworld to conquer the Barge of Time. But the gods
Добро пожаловать на борт, Юнга.
Добро пожаловать.
Аж да отозвали батлать.
He and he alone can see the past and the future, but not even he can change either of them.
Is that why we see the damage the ravages of Satinav cause everywhere?
Yes. Yet the damage they cause is not the same in every world.
Да, здравствуй, Лос Гринго. А чем тебе не нравятся феи? Тут феи это немножечко странное.
Is there really no way to change the future?
Future? Past? What do those words mean? Tomorrow becomes yesterday quite fast, doesn't it?
The seer has seen the future. Mine too.
Don't believe what every blind man claims to have seen.
Why Nuri? There must be other fairies somewhere.
A good question. What do you know about Nuri and her homeworld?
Nuri never told me anything about her background.
Perhaps she was scared.
Of her home.
Or her past. The magic of the fairies can turn whole worlds upside down.
You mean Nuri's world might have changed since she's been here?
Well, that's why she came here in the first place.
Nuri can't use magic, or she'll either die or lose her soul.
I see.
We hoped you could help us.
I'm afraid I'd have to know more about the world she came from.
Do you know where Nuri comes from?
I was never able to explore the world behind the stone oak forest portal before I sealed it. But I have a theory. Nuri's home world might be the fairyland Nerutvana.
Nerutvana?
A colourful place. A land of bliss.
That doesn't sound too bad, does it? I wonder why she refuses to go back there.
Супернатуралы тоже основывались на ирландских, шотландских, кельтских, английских легендах. В общем, вы поняли. Лос Гринго, ты просто очень плохо знаком с фольклором.
Do you know more about the magic harp?
It can only be played by the hands of a fairy. A human, even the seer, would perish in the attempt. That's because it was built by fairies.
What for?
It must harbor great power. Power that suits the seer well. Unfortunately, its whereabouts are unknown. We could examine it further otherwise. The Academy of Magicians never broke their silence about it to me. I can't blame them.
But why is it in our world and not with the fairies?
That's one thing that must be discovered. There must be records of Andergast in the Academy.
Ну, такое, да. Флип-прав.
Did you know the seer?
No. But people told many stories about him. Rumors, you know?
What rumors?
That he had been born blind, yet touched by Satinav. Or cursed. He saw the future of others, but it was always death, mischief, and bad luck. Never any good or favorable things. Others claimed he was a warlock, driven by the desire to make his prophecies come true.
The seer once prophesied misfortune for me too. Is he trying to make that true also?
I am sure he has other goals. His own goals.
I don't know how long I'll be able to protect Nuri.
The burden you are carrying doesn't belong on your shoulders alone, Geron.
What do you mean?
Considering what he plans to do to Nuri, I will do everything in my power to help you.
Ну вот, теперь можно идти дальше.
My head is buzzing. If Nuri falls into the hands of the seer, she'll be doomed.
He'll force her to unleash dark fairy magic on Undergast.
But to what end?
He is a seer. It has to be related to the future. After all the things he did in the past, we have to expect the worst. Your mentor only saw one way to prevent it all from happening.
I cannot kill Nuri, not even if our world would be saved from doom by doing it.
Geron, I'll never allow even one hair on Nuri Daranel Evander's head to be touched.
I am prepared to do whatever it takes.
So why don't we take her back to her world?
But haven't you sealed the gate to Nuri's world forever?
And it can never be reopened again. That's right, but there might be a second portal to Narutvana. It is said to be located in the Swamps of Lament, deep in the no-man's land of the Brinask Marshes.
Nuri doesn't want to go back to her world.
But that's the only way. No matter what she fears, you'll have to take her back there. Otherwise, she'll die.
Are there any other fairy gates? Ones that aren't as far away?
Those gates lead to different worlds in which Nuri would have to die. We cannot take that risk.
Where exactly can I find this fairy gate?
There's a colleague of mine staying in Enqui. Meander Goswin. He has in his possession the crystal of Narutvana. It's a magic prism that points the way to the fairy gate. And it opens the gate as well. Or so I hope. In the meantime, I'll go to Andergast to research the whereabouts of the magic harp in the academy there. And who knows? Perhaps we'll find a way of rendering the harp harmless.
So it shall be.
Here, take these notes for your voyage. You will find Goswin's address, and all my knowledge concerning the fairy gate and the realm behind it.
I'm ready. Enqui, Meander Goswin, Fairy Prisms, Swamps of Lament, and soon Nuri will be home.
Wait, wait. They say a mighty, very dangerous creature guards the fairy gate.
What kind of a creature, pray tell?
Its eye is said to petrify all living beings, just like a basilisk.
I was expecting as much. There's always a catch.
Так, еще одного бота надо забанить. Прекрасно. Лос Гринго. В отличие от тебя, я не имею предрассудков к феям. Я читал много сказок, легенд, сказаний. Мне нравятся эти сказки, легенды и сказания. Феи — это вообще... Это слово, которым кельты обобщали всех существ. То есть это и тролли, и эльфы, и гномики, и брауни, и домовые, и леши, и бабы-йоги. Это все феи, фейри. С древнеанглийского языка и с кельтского. Так что стоит тебе привыкнуть к этому слову. В данном случае фея здесь это просто девушка из волшебного мира, которая может переворачивать мир кверх ногами. А в данном случае она сейчас может почти ничего, кроме как восстанавливать вещи.
How can I get past the guardian of the gate?
No one has ever returned to give an answer to that question. Cheer up. Your namesake, St. Geron, once fought against the Basilisk King.
He was the mightiest hero of all time, and he possessed the divine sword Seven Stroke.
There's a hero inside everyone.
Да, или прикольно, спасибо, Бишоп. Я просто...
Why don't you go to Enqui, and I'll research the harp in Undergast.
The magicians weren't exactly my friends back then, but do you honestly believe they'd let someone like you into the academy?
All right, forget it.
Protect... can be happy.
You have my thanks for everything. Wish me luck.
You will find your way. We'll meet again in Undergast.
A boron's wheel? I hope that's not a bad omen. Here lies... The name is not recognizable anymore. Whoever you may have been, may Boron have mercy on you.
Так. Угу. Прекрасно. Зубная фея или того же самого Хеллбоя второго. Ну ладно, давайте идемте сюда.
Nuri, are you there?
Все плохо. Все плохо. Я смотрел «Автостраду 60». Я ее прекрасно помню. Дядечка с трубочкой.
You. It's you.
He doesn't tell us where she is.
I don't know. I'm not telling.
Let's make him wait in darkness till the bird arrives. The raven shall deal with him.
The raven?
He will make him talk. I'll get him. You watch the mill.
The raven belongs to the seer?
As soon as the sand runs out, the night herd will talk.
And his thread will break.
Перевод, конечно, не самый хороший, потому что это тип официальный. И они вообще его называют не черноволосый, а ночеволосый. Давайте.
Nuri!
Geron, are you alright?
Those creatures. I'm trapped.
There's a shard lying here. It's very sharp.
Great.
I'll throw it down to you.
No, wait,
Do you have it?
No.
You should have caught it.
Nuri,
Who knows where it is now?
I can't see anything.
That's because there are no rainbow crystals here.
Can you come down to me?
There is no staircase. And there's this pale man outside.
Didn't you say you can collect moonlight?
I get sick if I use magic.
I know, but if I can't free myself fast, I'll be dead.
But just very briefly, all right?
I promise. I'll never be able to reach it like... One of the creatures has vanished. I can't hear. I'll never be able to reach it like that. No doubt. Those are no... 'Twas worth a try. 'Twas worth a try. That's too sturdy. No time. I'm not strong.
Опять вы упарываетесь, сволочи. Так.
With the rest of the jug missing, one day my soul will be weighed, but that day is not today. Come over here.
I can see you. I can see you.
Go to the hole in the middle.
Okay.
Lamps, saws, and all of them out of reach. I still have some time.
A chair! A chair!
Hello? The mill is as forsaken as it looks. How am I supposed to reach? There.
You said very briefly. Can you see anything?
No wonder the mill is forsaken. That must have been some kind of cogwheel. It's broken off, and that's why the sawmill isn't working anymore. Do you see that drum-like thing down there? Can you fix that for me? Nuri!
Garen, there's a beetle with 8 legs here.
It's just a spider.
Spiders have 12 legs.
Nuri, please, you have to focus now.
Okay.
It's moving again. Couldn't it just have landed at my feet? Lamps and all.
Imp!
More shards out of my... Couldn't it just have landed at... Couldn't it just... More...
I can see...
But that day... I'll never... With the rest...
Так, хорошо.
If my legs were free, I could destroy the cupboard.
Хорошо, если я тебя сломаю.
I can't even break wood as brittle as that. I can't... Couldn't it just have... No, those are knotted tightly.
Хорошо. Что я только что сделал?
Those are... Hello? The mill is... If my... Can you fix it? Nuri. Ha! Now all I have to do is free my hands. How am I supposed to How am I supposed How am I One but that day. Can you fix this? Ha!
Garen?
Just a little while.
Отлично.
I'm free. Now we have. The handle is broken. It would take too much time. I need to focus on the tap. The handle is.
Что-то она больно долго держится. Так, ладно.
It's impossible. Those are. Is it? The hatch need.
Так.
That doesn't help. That might. It doesn't.
It's getting dark here.
Just a little while.
What is down there?
It's dark.
Can you go and have a look for me?
Not now.
What is down?
It's.
Can you go?
Not now.
И...
Wherever did I get that? Straw burns. I don't have to prove that to anyone. As long as the that doesn't. Why on earth should I prefer? This doesn't yield.
И почему ты отсюда просто нахер не сбежишь?
I can do better.
Сука.
This will. Nuri doesn't. When did I start? Can I cut that? I'm not sure. That doesn't. That's no. I can do better than that. I can't.
Ему темно и страшно. Да, я пытаюсь придумать фонарь, но... Нет! Нет!
Nuri doesn't like it when I break things. When did I start worrying about that? This will yield nothing. It's still sagging on the other side. It doesn't work. This is neither a rope. I can't. That's no help. There. Now the beast can come.
What if it can see in the dark?
I should camouflage the trap. All right. Nuri, now... Nuri? Damn.
Что у нас в чате?
It would take too much time. I need to...
Вон.
Nuri! Wake up! We have...
What? Where am I? Garen?
Глушгринга, да, стукнул по кулеру.
I've talked to the fairy scholar. I know how we can fix everything.
Really?
Climb down to me, will you?
I'm so tired.
That's not possible. We have to go.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot stay here.
Garen, I don't want this anymore.
It's not a matter of wanting. We have to get away from here or something terrible will happen.
I can't. Just leave without me.
Был кулер.
We'll take you back to your world.
No, never. I'll stay here.
It's the only way. You'll be safe from the seer there, and you'll be able to use magic properly. Plus, Andergast would be safe too.
Stop it, stop it, stop it!
Nuri!
Go away!
If we stay here much longer, the creature will come back. Or the raven. I don't have a choice. There's one other way. The scholar told me of a fairy gate up north at the end of the world. It leads to a magnificent realm far away from the seer. You'd be safe there.
What's the name of that realm?
Fanglari. Its name is Fanglari. And he told me where we can find the portal to get there too.
Fanglari?
Yes, but in order to get there you have to come down at once.
I can't.
It's just a small jump. Look, I'll catch you.
Build some stairs for me.
Some stairs? How am I supposed to build some stairs?
Гринга, отстань, я не знаю. Я просто стукнул его, и он работает теперь. Все.
I'll be back in a minute.
Блядь, лесенку, ладно, давай.
Look, a stair.
I don't know.
Nuri.
Tell me more about Fanglari.
The most incredible thing is, every fairy can do magic in Fanglari, without any pain.
One wouldn't get exhausted? It really sounds like a different realm.
Everything's brimming with fairy magic in Fanglari. That's why you don't lose your strength, because you use the power already in the wind or the sea. You're one with the whole world.
That sounds marvelous. I want that.
Come down. I'll show you the way to Fanglari then.
I'll try, but I'll need a second stair.
All right, but then you'll come down.
I promise.
Ну, Лос Гринго, почитай хотя бы одну историю.
You're almost there.
What about Master Raven? We have to wait for him.
I sent the raven on ahead of us. He'll be waiting for us already.
All right.
You have to come with me, now.
Все феи, все фейри капризные, на наш взгляд, на самом деле. А что оно на самом деле, мы не знаем. Попробуйте троллю так нахамить, как вот Лос Гринго. Я знаю, что от вас останется ничего.
She wanted to know everything the fairy scholar had told him about the hidden realm. Where was it? Was it beyond the mountains? Was it beyond the swamplands? Why was it so secret? She imagined a land without time, without memories, and without future. A boundless land without a horizon. Geron's lie took shape, and in Nuri's head, the enchanted realm of Fanglari became real. Meanwhile, the river took the small vessel
Очень жаль, что у меня не было выборов другого.
Towards the stinking swamps of the didn't like it here. She had accepted that she had to leave Geron's world as long as the seer was trying to find her here. This made her sad again. But perhaps she could take Geron with her.
Why not?
Because it's impossible, Nuri. I have to go back to Andergast. Goswin? Meander Goswin?
What is so important in Andergast?
It is my home. Please open up. I'm sure this is the house Norta described to us.
Perhaps there's no one home.
Ты о чем,
Are you looking for Meander Goswin? In that case, you're wasting your time.
How do you mean, sir?
Don't be so formal. Nobody here gives a hoot about that formality crap. They dragged Goswin from the Svelte, dead, about a year ago.
Ты о чем, Флипка? При чем тут ожерелье? Ну, ожерелья останутся, да, из костей. Ну, вас-то живых не останется.
Who are you, anyway?
My name is Jar.
I am Geron, and this?
Is Nuri. And this is the first time in Inqui for both of you.
How?
How do I know that? I'm a good listener. I am the ear of the alleys, and their whispering conscience.
Impressive.
I can provide you with one or two other items, too.
Who did that to Goswin?
He himself did, of course, like so many other townspeople.
And what's really behind that?
No, it's easy to make the most diverse of enemies in Inqui. Smugglers, whale hunters, Thorwalians. You can ask over there at the bathhouse if you want to know more. If you're lucky, the bathwoman will spill the beans for free.
Goswin was in possession of a prism. Do you know anything about it?
A prism? Without me hearing the tingle of coins in my pocket, all I can tell you is that he had one. What do you know about it?
Well, not much really.
You're cautious, eh? And damned right you should be.
See you later.
Watch your back. You don't believe me? The man...
Who throws out a value? Ah, it's cracked. But I didn't even say anything. Some symbols, puzzle. Those the hovering, according to Goswin, those are the 7 elements.
Ну, давайте пойдемте по...
Let's go in.
Wait. You'd better wait outside, Nuri.
Why?
I'll have a look to see if the coast is clear first.
All right. You ask for the prism. I'll ask the dreamy man about Fanglari.
Пошла говорить с этим, с алкоголиком.
I have to deliver a message. First, dear Minka will deal with nasty wound. Arokin will kill me. I have to go now. I'll come back. You stay put, child. The wound might get infected otherwise. Message can wait. Wait! I plan to be in the shark's tooth with my new bow by now. With bad wound, you cannot make love, child. Now he'll be sitting there in the trough, getting all jittery.
Вот он, грязный фэнтезийный мир Германии. Гринго, ну ты дурак. Господи, какие же люди иногда глупые. Вы реально считаете, что существо, которое создано из волшебства и живет тысячи и тысячи лет, его как-то заденет алюминиевая пулька? Плохо вы читали, дети, легенды, плохо вы знаете, как бороться с волшебными существами. Ой, плохо, ой, плохо. Ничего ему не сделают ваши дурацкие пульки. Давай, лысая женщина, расскажи мне что-нибудь.
But you go ahead and undress.
I don't even want a bath. I just have some questions.
Questions? Nosiness can be dangerous around here. But you must know what's best for you.
Did you know a Meander Goswin?
What business do you have with Goswin, child?
He's a friend of my family. I wanted to pay a visit.
You part of Goswin's, Mishpoke. You look like you come from far. But visit Goswin, you can't anymore. Has died, little brother. Dragged his body from the Sveld back then. Nasty thing to behold.
Who killed him?
Who speaks of murder? Watch your questions, child.
А железо не любят. Проблема в том, что чистое железо никто не достанет, Бишоп, а вот ты меня удивляешь. А кресты и соль... Гринго, вот я не поверю в то, что ты веришь во все это. А если ты не веришь в это, оно никакую нечисть не отгонит. Даже вампира. Даже оборотня. Не, Флип, тебе сверхи никаких знаний не подарят.
What was Goswin like?
Good man, brother Meander. But in the end he went Meshuggah, the Schlemmer. A taster he was. A boozer.
I see.
Babbling about different worlds all the time, and the key too. Prishim, he called it. Aye, who's to believe? Anyway, he's dead now. Boren knows why.
Когда, Гринго, проблема в том, что сказкам плевать, веришь ты в них или нет. Они знают, что ты есть. Дом Госвина.
So, Goswin's house is unoccupied now.
Goswin's house? The honest merchant Harm has gekoived house. Harm bought it.
Ah. So you know about Goswin's prism. Where is it now?
No idea what you talk about.
But you said...
Listen, Minka wants to live a little while longer, so be quiet.
Who is this Harm?
Honest merchant Han. He owns most of Fishing Town. Is real blessing for region.
Where did she get her wound?
I don't ask questions. My work is to help.
And could you do that somewhat faster too?
Wounds need time.
А, Флип молодец.
That's a nice bathhouse. How could you afford all this?
Through friendly gestures.
Friendly gestures?
Yes. End of story.
I'll leave you to it then.
Well?
Я другое хотел.
That's not mine, child.
It's all foggy. I can't see anything.
What do you think you're doing, snotface?
I'm sorry. I mistook it for mine.
Да, кстати, Бишоп отличная вещь. Ну, точнее, отличный упрек на этот счет. А еще так вам...
No. Take your little thieving fingers off, young.
Так еще и с вампирами сражались, цыгане. А еще очень забавный способ изгнания вампира — это взять, украсть носок у вампира, запихать туда.
will be coming to Fanglari with me. The only thing he doesn't know yet is if there he is.
Вот. Напихать чеснок в носок и бросить этот чеснок. Крепко привязано. И бросить этот носок в реку, и вампир с ним утонет.
Hello. Hey. He's in a different, maybe for the better.
I look the other way in exchange for one favor or another.
Do what you want, floppy hat. Not it.
Your life, not mine. If you're interested in mirrors, I can get you better ones.
Thanks for the rain, Efford.
А еще вампиры не могут войти в твой дом, если ты их не позовешь. Господи.
Are you the ferryman?
Uh-huh.
Do you travel the swamp as well? What's with the mumbling? Can't you speak properly? Oh, I see. I am sorry.
Uh-huh.
So, any luck yet? Can you give me one of your... Just one fish? take me and my companion. Yes, there's two of us. I see. 2 kreutzers. 2 farthings. You mean thalers? Why, that's too much. I don't have that much. Isn't there anything else? Very well, what is it? Shall I arrange a bath for you? Or any item? Some food? Drink? Booze? So, booze it is. That wasn't easy. Can I borrow? See you.
Ё-моё, огромная локация.
Hey. Slow down. What's your business here?
I have to speak to Harm.
Speak to Harm is what the weed wants. Well. And why, pray tell?
I'm from the ship next door and I wanted to ask for a bowl of sugar.
What?
Yes, the ship's cook wants to bake an Emperor Nardo cake, or he wants to try at least. And that's what he needs sugar for.
Take a hike.
Не, ну как, Флип, не сказал бы, что всех йотунов он уничтожил. Они просто живут в Йотунхельме. И все.
And suddenly there was no... But I can't remember. I forgot it.
Do you need...
What's going on with the guy back there?
That boozer? Orcan fever dream spirit. The best stuff to forget it all. Yes. The beloved, honest merchant Harm. His dealings always have 2 sides to them. On the one side, there are the beneficiaries. On the other side, there are the dead bodies.
And what exactly does he do?
At some point, he started selling strange stone figurines to Alwyn Aroken, the king of the underworld. Made a fortune doing that. Ever since, he's been involved with smuggling, too. But nobody knows exactly what he wants. Because he never leaves his ship.
Where can I find Harm?
You've got big plans, my friend, haven't you?
That's none of your affair.
Of course. His ship, Thurbonera, is moored in the harbor.
See you.
Watch your...
Ну, в нашем мире не осталось, да. Бишоп, я пытался играть в фольклор. Может быть, там сюжет прекрасный, но извини, геймплей унылый и отвратительный.
Ahoy there, matey. Get into the Blackwater?
No thanks.
Afraid of water, are we?
Who is this Araucan?
The king of the Ghostlight Hill. He also has a stone figurine exhibit up there now. Animals made of stone. The damn critters look like they'll charge at you any moment. But it's closed right now.
Aren't you the messenger's boyfriend?
Whose boyfriend?
The woman who's being tended to right now.
Oh yes, of course. Ryard is my name. I'm a seafarer.
Geron.
From Andergast, right? I can tell from the accent. Been there once. Rotten town. Lots of pigs' droppings. Unfriendly king, but a sweet maidservant. Oh, what rigging she had. Her name was, shit, I forgot. I only have eyes for,
The messenger.
Right you are.
Ha ha ha.
What message does your girl have to deliver?
A message for Harm, the honest merchant. But it's my policy to stay out of these things. I don't want to walk the plank.
This Harm seems to be an important man.
He seems to be. He's doing business with Alwyn Aroken.
And what else?
Don't ask too many questions, ship's boy. All I want to do is bathe my salmon here.
See you later. I have a few questions.
Just what I needed.
Who's this Harm?
From his ship, he takes care of everybody.
His ship?
You deaf man!
What do you have to deliver?
An important message. But if the bath woman takes much more time...
Minka is not taking time. Minka is thorough.
So why don't you let me deliver the message?
Are you bonkers? I reckon we'll have me drowned in the Svelte 3 times if he finds out.
He doesn't have to.
But he will. Believe me.
Who is this Araucan?
He's my employer. That's who he is. Now bugger off.
Will you hold still, child?
I don't like strangers who ask too many questions.
Where did you get that wound?
What business is that of yours?
I'm just asking.
Anyone who carries messages in Enqui lives a dangerous life.
Who mugged you?
Don't ask too many questions, babyface.
You should watch your sweetheart more carefully.
What?
He's messing around with a pretty girl.
A girl?
Don't you turn around now, unruly child.
I don't believe you anyway. I can trust him. I know that.
You should watch your sweet...
What?
He's...
I don't believe... I can trust him.
No, seriously.
Я на сегодня, пожалуй, закончу с этим квестом и завтра... А, завтра у вас Игорь. Может, послезавтра я продолжу. Тут хотя бы логичные загадки, в отличие от Тармикрога, были.